Hello. Today we're going to be discussing 4 foreign films that I don't think gets enough recognition or love in these types of videos. So, starting off our list is 2015 Baskin. It's a Turkish film, and I'll just be straight up, this is my favorite movie I've ever watched. Go and watch this movie if you haven't. Check it out. If you're a horror fan, this movie is amazing. I absolutely love it. It's one of them movies that has so many good aspects of it that it reminds you of so many different horror media. Like, you can get Resident Evil vibes, and then you can get Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes, and it's just all of the best. And the way it's shot, the characters, Baba, the main villain, oh, he's so awesome. I mean, he is just amazing. The practical effects in this, it's not long. You know, I think it runs under 90 minutes, so it just flies by. So many great visuals, there's so many great setups, and it's just fantastic. I absolutely love this movie. If you haven't checked it out, please stop this and go watch it. The less you know, the better. And the movie, now discuss what it's about, is about these group of policemen. They get a call and they're heading out to an abandoned station. And once they get there, there's already a cop car there, and just crap hits the fan as soon as they get in there. I'm not gonna go into details about it, about who's in there, but it just gets messed up. It is such a great movie. The atmosphere in this movie is one of the only movies that's ever actually made me dread and feel scared or kind of anticipating what's going to happen next. I think I watched this movie, and this is probably some of the bias, I watched this movie at the perfect time. We just had our daughter, and it was the first night home from the hospital. So I was already scared to death about being a father and dealing with all that, and we watched it the first night we came home. It traumatized my wife. She hates that movie and says it's a spawn from Satan. I disagree. But yeah, I mean, I watched it at the perfect time, so I'm sure that has to do with some of the bias, but please, 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 if you do anything, check this movie out. And that's Baskin. The next movie I want to talk about is 2004 Calvaire. It's a French movie and another one that I hardly ever get seen talked about. It has a great atmosphere, and I absolutely love the town folks. They are really, really funny, but also terrifying at the same sense. It has one of my favorite scenes in any movie, and I've watched it probably 30 or 40 times. That scene alone, it tickles me to death, but it's also really unnerving. This is a really weird movie. I mean, it goes to some places. Okay, we'll just say that. It's about this singer who's traveling around the countryside. He breaks down, and somebody stops and helps him, takes him to his home, and says he's gonna help him. And it goes off the rail. Like, this guy he stays with is batshit crazy. The town is batshit crazy, and he's got to find a way to get out of there. It's shot so good, the atmosphere, especially for 2004. Like, it looks amazing, and I know they just remastered it, but I watched the original 2004 one the other day, and I mean, it looks so good. This is a great off the beaten path, middle of nowhere, weird town folks, just weird people, and it fits so good. Most movies like this I do not enjoy at all because it's just so forced, and it's just like, oh, he's scary because he's out of town, or no, like, this feels legit. This feels like a nightmare. And you can't help but feel bad for the main character, what he has to go through, and just how crazy and detached these people truly are. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. It's really a great movie. Go check it out. It gets into some deep territories, I'll say. So if some of certain stuff messes with you, then you might want to skip it, but if you're a horror fan, definitely check it out. Third movie I want to talk about is Vigil. It's 2019 and it's based in a Jewish community. And this is how PG-13 is done right. Last time I kind of bashed Night Swim for being PG-13. This is how you do PG-13. This does not feel like a PG-13 movie at all. Once again, with these movies, it's all about the atmosphere, learning, getting out of my comfort zone. This movie is about a Jewish man that's down on his luck, struggling mentally wise, struggling financially, and struggling through his faith. He's called upon to do one last job because he's desperate, and his job is to sit with the deceased man through the night to help his soul pass on. It is really fun movie. Like I said, it's a PG-13 movie, but you don't think it's PG-13. And it has one scene in particular that it kind of made me jump and tense up, like legit. It wasn't just a loud bang or nothing. Like, it was set up so good. It has some creepy visuals. And for it to be PG-13, if this movie was rated R, this would be right up there with like Baskin. Like, they could have really went deep into it. And the main character, you feel kind of bad for him. He's kind of like I said, he's going through so much, and it's kind of a strange guy as is, and they do a good job on, do I trust him? What's really wrong with him? He's constantly talking to his doctor on the phone, so you don't know what's real and what's not. He's got this love interest. I love the house that they're in. It's so familiar from like an old family's perspective, and it's such a great movie. This is how you do PG-13 right. Now, I will say I do wish it was rated R so they could really, really go home with it, and there's some parts that's kind of cliche, but overall, for a PG-13 movie that I had no idea about and I just clicked it one night, it surprisingly shocked me quite a bit. And I've rarely seen anybody talk about this movie. Honestly, I've not seen nobody talk about it in a top 10 list. So, another movie I really recommend you to check out. Last on our list is 2018 Loose. It's a German movie, and there's another movie with the same name, but it's a LGBTQ movie. That's not the one I'm reviewing today. This one is about a taxi driver gets in a wreck, and there's a demon coming after him. And I know that don't really sound interesting, but this is a more artsy film. Okay, it's not just straight up horror, it's more the visual, the thought, and honestly, there's so much narrative plot to it that it goes way deeper into that. It has some really fun moments with it. This is a more artsy movie, like I said, so if you're not really into that type, you probably want to skip this, but I would recommend watching it. I think, getting out of our comfort zone a little bit is better for us as fans, and just gives it something to appreciate a little bit more, or it makes you appreciate what you like more. Because before, I couldn't stand foreign films. I can't read really good, can't really speak really good either, but I hated that aspect of, gosh, I'm gonna have to sit there and read, I really don't understand. But foreign films is my top favorite movie genre to watch. If there's a new movie coming out in 2024, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna watch a foreign movie. I'm not gonna watch the ones that's made here in the United States. Like, I absolutely love this type of movie. Reading it, like, after you read your first few, like, you just dive into it. Like, it's so refreshing to watch. And this is another one, like I said, it's artsy, it's got some cool shots in it, it's confusing. I'm not gonna lie, it's confusing. If you stop watching, you stop reading, you stop paying attention, you're not gonna know what the hell's going on. And I ain't gonna lie, there's parts that I had no idea what the hell was going on. But overall, as a movie, I appreciate what they're doing, what they're trying to do, and like watching it, I learned a few things on myself as a fan of horror. And it's not one of them that's jump scare, scary, demonic stuff. It's more the thought and more of what is truly going on. What does all this mean? And it's a short movie. Like, you can fly through this movie, and it drags at parts. I'm not gonna lie, it does. But I've not seen nobody ever talk about this movie. We watched it the other night, and my wife, she was just kinda but it's one of them that I enjoyed. I think it's got something there. It could have been polished, it could have done this better, but it has really good ideas, it has really good intentions, I feel like, and if you can sit there and you can focus and you can concentrate, then there is a lot of fun to be had. This is just 4 movies that I've never seen anybody get talked about. A few of them is my favorites, so anytime I can get to talk about them, I'm going to. Please check all 4 of these out if you haven't seen them, or if you have seen them, please let me know what you thought about them down in the comment section below. Thank you for making it this far. I really appreciate you all, and have a good day.